Now, the Capital Region's #1 late news, News Channel 13, live at 11.
Tonight's top story, one step closer to war. The United States is moving 10 Navy ships armed with Tomahawk cruise missiles from the eastern Mediterranean to the Red Sea.
This is News Channel 13, live at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Lydia Colbita.
And I'm John Gray, filling in again for Ed Daig. Those Tomahawks are typically fired in the opening hours of a war, and from the Red Sea, they can hit targets in Iraq.
As for a vote from the United Nations, that probably won't happen until Monday. Michael Williams has more from Washington.
The British are still pushing for tests to concretely measure whether or not Saddam Hussein is willing to fully disarm.
There has to be a strong signal that there is a strategic change by Iraq into full cooperation with the inspectors.
A majority of Security Council members are not convinced, feeling the proposal does nothing to change the basic U.S.-British resolution that could pave the way for war.
A large majority of the Council wants a peaceful disarmament of Iraq.
Why go to war if the job can be done peacefully in a limited period of time?
Given all of that, the U.S. is hesitant to fully commit to the British proposal if it looks like it's going nowhere. For now, the signal is that the U.S. will wait for a vote until Monday, with very tight deadlines for Saddam's compliance.
We think the time has come for the Council to face up to its responsibilities and decide that Iraq is out of compliance.
And the Bush administration will not rule out abandoning the push for a vote.
The options remain: go for a vote and see what members say, or not go for a vote.
An option for a president who has said he wants but does not need UN support for disarming Saddam Hussein. With French-Russian vetoes looming over any resolution that would pave the way for war, the best that the U.S. and Britain may hope to achieve is a 9-vote symbolic UN majority for the use of force. And even that may well be out of reach. Michael Williams, NBC News, Washington.
The 101st Airborne Division is already in Kuwait preparing for this potential war with Iraq, but something these soldiers never prepared for is wreaking havoc. Dean Staley has that story.
We're getting a good dust storm right now.
It started with a steady breeze. Within a few short minutes, winds pushed sand, dust, and the soldiers inside the tent.
Yeah, baby!
The mood changed quickly. Word came, a 3-man patrol lost outside in what was suddenly a howling storm.
Do I have a rhino? No, you don't have a rhino. Oh, shit. You don't have a rhino.
A rescue team armed with a radio, a GPS, and flashlights set out to find them.
Okay, we're going to come towards you right now, and I'm going to have a flashlight, so look out for me, okay?
Visibility just a few feet. Flashlights out here almost useless. The lost soldiers can't hear the horn, can't see these truck headlights. The wind out here, deafening. The lost soldiers call in coordinates, but none of it adds up. It's more than an hour before the lost patrol stumbles upon the main guard gate and make it back inside safely.
What am I gonna do next time? I'm gonna sit in that freaking foxhole. I'm just gonna stay put.
One long hour they will never forget. With the 101st Airborne in the Kuwaiti desert, Dean Staley, News Channel 13.
Now, if you know of someone who is in the 101st Airborne Division, we can try to reach out to them for you. Just send an email to troops@wnyt.com.
Officials say a local Marine Corps reservist shot himself in the leg to avoid being deployed with his unit. Now he and his girlfriend are facing felony charges. At first, Roger Chrysler of Bern claimed girlfriend Cecilia Bowden shot him by accident yesterday morning, about an hour before he was expected to report for duty. But officials say Chrysler admitted he shot himself with a rifle because he didn't want to go.
I guess a 14-year-old girl. They cleaned the rifle off afterwards. I mean, it was just everything didn't fall into place the way they were explaining it in the first instance. So he did then, in fact, say that his girlfriend was on his case not to go away, and I guess there was one statement that what he made, the only way you're going to make me stay here is tie me to the chair or shoot me. Well, she didn't shoot him, but he shot himself.
Officials tell us Chrysler was in court Tuesday night for assaulting a different girlfriend. Authorities say he managed to avoid a lengthy jail sentence by telling a judge he had to report for active duty the next morning. A Saratoga High School graduate is dead, and his friends say it was hazing. John Allen will bring us the story.
First, let's check in with Howie over in the Weather Center. And one more chilly day than the nice weekend, Howie?
Yeah, John and Lydia, one more cold day, then a warm-up comes into the northeast, and we'll start that cold snap starting tonight. Clear skies will let temperatures drop pretty low, and we're expecting a low temperature of 10 degrees. Tomorrow, partly sunny with one more cold day. Then we'll see some big changes, a major weather pattern change for the weekend. That'll mean a warm-up and some somewhat spring-like weather coming our way. We'll tell you what to expect for the weekend and on into next week coming up in a few minutes. Lydia and John.
Thank you, Howie. A Saratoga County teenager is dead tonight. His death under investigation by police in Plattsburgh, where this young man was a freshman at Plattsburgh State University. John Allen joins us now live in the newsroom with more on the death. John?
John, 18-year-old Walter Dean Jennings is dead under what police say are unknown circumstances. Plattsburgh police will only say that someone brought 18-year-old Walter Dean Jennings into CVPH Medical Center Hospital just after noon on Wednesday. He was then taken to Fletcher Allen Hospital in Vermont, where he was later pronounced dead.
We are investigating all aspects of this case, and we're really not going to comment on any details until we have a lot of facts.
And although police are saying little, students at the university at Plattsburgh are understandably saddened and concerned.
He had so much, he had aspirations, and he could, I don't know, I'm just shooken up.
Jennings was a 2002 graduate of Saratoga High School and was a resident of Gansevoort. College friends say he lived in campus housing, but was pledging a fraternity that was not officially recognized by the university. Neither police nor university officials will say whether Jennings' death is related to a pledging incident, but they do say they would like any student with information about Jennings' death to come forward and cooperate fully with the university and Plattsburgh police.
Well, it's a tragic situation that we don't like to have occur here on campus. What the president has asked for, and we are doing, is to cooperate fully with the Plattsburgh City Police Department.
An autopsy has been performed, but the results have not yet been released. Information we have received indicates Jennings may have been pledging Psi Epsilon Chi fraternity. That frat was suspended from the Plattsburgh campus back in 1998 for what was reportedly criminal activity. John?
Can only wonder if criminal charges may come out of this whole thing before it's done, John.
Yes, Plattsburgh police are saying nothing. We expect to hear something by tomorrow morning.
All right, John Allen live in our newsroom. Thanks, John. Lydia.
A 14-year-old boy is charged with assault after a stabbing incident at the Bosey Center in Colony this morning. Police say the boy used the 2-inch blade of a folding pocket knife to stab a 17-year-old boy in his lower back. The victim was treated and released. Police believe the two boys had a confrontation during gym activity at the Maywood School. The matter will now be handled in family court. For the second time this week, a local school is closing because of student sickness. The Bolton Central School District Superintendent tells us of the 288 students from K through 12, 167 were out sick today with the stomach flu. He says he expects to reopen on Monday. Hoosick Falls had a similar problem and was also closed today. 250 students there were out sick on Wednesday.
The father of kidnapped victim Elizabeth Smart is overwhelmed with joy after spending a full day with his daughter for the first time in 9 months. He says he will not push his daughter for details about the abduction. Police say she was taken cross-country from California to Georgia before returning to Utah. Now, part of the time she was in Salt Lake City, she was veiled and wearing a wig so no one could recognize her. And while she was in those canyons behind the house from which she was taken from, she says she could hear searchers calling her name, but she couldn't answer back.
A blessing. What an absolute miracle and answer to prayers this has been.
Brian Mitchell and his wife Wanda Barzy are in the Salt Lake County Jail on suspicion of aggravated kidnapping. Ed Smart is pushing hard for immediate action on a national Amber Alert program. That's a system already in place in New York. It's a broadcast that goes across television screens, highway signs, lottery advertisements, even on America Online. It lets the public know when a child has been abducted and that the police need your help immediately. Since it's been in place here, you may think a federal law isn't necessary. Senator Chuck Schumer disagrees.
We're better with a federal law for two reasons. One, if God forbid someone in the capital region is kidnapped but taken to a state in a region without the Amber Alert, then we're much the worse. And second, the bill we have will give the localities money.
Statistics show that 2/3 of children who are kidnapped and murdered die within 3 hours after they're taken. Amber Alert is supposed to help before those 3 hours are up.
A $5,000 reward is now being offered in the case of a missing Greene County woman. Audrey Mae Herron has been missing for more than 6 months. The mother of 3 was last seen leaving work in Catskill, driving a black Jeep Grand Cherokee. An extensive search of the area turned up no sign of Audrey or her car. Anyone with any information is asked to call state police at 622-8600.
Howie's up next with a warmer weekend forecast. I know you won't want to miss that.
We'll also hear the reason a California jury ordered Michael Jackson to pay a fine of more than $5 million. And a patient leaving a doctor's office makes an unexpected return trip. Details coming up at 11:21.
Live, local, late breaking with Ed Degg, Lydia Kolbita, meteorologist Bob Kovacic, and Big Board Sports with Roger Wyman. This is News Channel 13, live at 11. News Channel 13 is sponsored in part by Huck Finn's Warehouse and More.
Attention consumers! The Sealy Bedding Company has just notified Huck Finn's Warehouse of a one-time opportunity to purchase top-of-the-line mattresses at never-before prices. They realize there is only one place humongous enough to handle this quantity of beds. Huck Finn's Warehouse has received over 300 sets of Sealy Posturepedic and Classic Rest product to sell far below market prices. If you need a bed, think you might need a bed, or plan to ever need a bed, you've got to get to Huck Finn's Warehouse to take advantage of the Sealy Bedding Blowout.
Huck Finn's Warehouse and More.
Feast on your favorite cuisine and support local disaster relief. Dine out on Thursday, March 27th at any of these fine restaurants, and a portion of the day's receipts will support the American Red Cross local disaster relief efforts. Make reservations to enjoy an excellent meal and support our community.
When others ask you to do drugs, what do you say to them?
No way. I respect my body, man.
From the director of Training Day, we're here to get you and your people out, comes a bold new breed of action film. We got trouble. Tears of the Sun is the best military thriller since Black Hawk Down.
You are on your own.
It grabs you and won't let go.
Everybody down!
It's the best Bruce Willis action film since Die Hard.
Hold the line!
And now, Ebert and Rooper have given it 2 thumbs up. Bruce Willis, Tears of the Sun. Rated R. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
At GMC, being professional grade means you do things better. So we built the 2003 Envoy with more horsepower than Ford or Jeep. More front head and legroom, too. GMC Envoy. We are professional grade. GM owners or lessees can get $3,000 total cash back on a new Envoy. See the pros at your local GMC dealers.
Weather on News Channel 13 is sponsored by Taft Furniture, the big store.
Welcome back to a rude awakening for an Ohio woman taking a nap with her 7-week-old son. A piece of steel came crashing through the roof of the house, hit the bed, bounced off on the floor. Her husband called the police, then the FAA, and at this point the best guess is it's a piece of space junk. NASA officials have also been notified the piece of steel in the hands of police. And to think we were upset about snow falling out of the sky today.
7-week-old son, you're thinking she finally has time to lie down for a nap.
And you got stuff falling from space.
Space junk.
Yeah.
I hate that. Anyway, we have a forecast. You know what? Tomorrow morning, you're going to hate this too. Probably some icy roadways because there is some slick water on the roads now from the snow that fell. Eventually, as temperatures continue to drop, the salt will lose its effect. Some secondary roadways, bridges and overpasses may see that slick travel. So use extra caution and keep that in mind when you head out to work or school tomorrow morning. Right now we are settling down with 16 degrees here in Albany, clearing sky, wind from the north at 8 miles per hour. That's giving us a pretty cold wind chill at this 11 o'clock hour. It is sitting at 5 degrees, and by the way, we actually officially got 2.4 inches of snow at the Albany airport. Some of the higher elevations saw 4 to 4.5 inches. That's mainly south of Albany. Temperatures now cooling off, and wow, really cold up north. Check out Saranac Lake, already 11 degrees below zero with the cool Canadian air mass in place, clear skies, really allowing temperatures to drop off. Also 6 below zero way up north in Fort Drum around the Canadian border. Otherwise, temperatures around our area are in the 20s to low 30s, especially south in the southern New England vicinity. That's where clouds still persist, and the tail end of that storm system is now starting to skedaddle off the east coast of New Jersey. We are left with dry conditions and no more precipitation for today, and it looks like a couple dry days will be coming our way as the storm system starts to slide off to the east. We'll see improvements in our weather, mainly that the wind flow will start changing from the south and west. So all the warm air, which was in the 70s across Colorado, down in Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, that will start riding northward along the jet stream coming from the southwest. That will mean a warmer weather pattern here for the weekend. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. Nice weather coming our way starting Saturday, but you'll really feel the warmth by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. No big appreciable storms in the forecast, but we may see a few scattered rain showers by Monday. Overall, it looks like a prolonged period of warm weather coming our way, and we use that term loosely given the weather pattern we've seen over the past couple of weeks. We'll sort out that forecast for you right after this break.
A king for the price of a queen for the price of a full. It's a free Sealy upgrade. Save on all king and queen size Sealys, including Posturepedics and Crown Jewels. Taft Sealys are made right here in the Capital District at the factory rated #1 in the country by any premium set by 4. And tonight it's at your door. Take a full year to pay interest free. But hurry, Taft's free Sealy upgrade is for a limited time only.
Hey, it's the big star Taft.
For the rest of this night, becoming mostly clear and, hey, very cold by the morning. Bundle up as you head out to work or school. Low temperature around 9 degrees. As we head through the day tomorrow, look for a mix of clouds and sunshine. Still unseasonably cold. High temperature only around 30 degrees, not getting out of the 20s up in the North Country. As we head through the next 4 days, Saturday's looking a little bit better. Clouds and sun, 42 degrees, up to 50 on Sunday with lots of sunshine. Few clouds in the afternoon. That'll lead the way for scattered showers on Monday and a warm up for Tuesday, still in the mid and upper 40s. So no real Arctic blasts
coming in like we've been used to.
So it's like, when's the next one? But
yeah.
Nothing on the horizon that I see right now.
Okay, shh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Howie.
Figures.
You'll like this. A Texas man ordered to spend the next 30 nights sleeping in the doghouse. Literally. We'll tell you why a little later in the newscast.
We'll also hear from Christopher Reeve, who, thanks to a medical breakthrough, was breathing without a ventilator. And we can't forget our weekly ski report.
I'm Herb Stevens, a skiing weatherman. If you'd like a touch of warmth in your skiing or riding, I think you'll like this week's report. It's coming right up, so stay tuned.
Wow, there you go. You're doing so good.
Well, there he is. Come to Grandpa. Come on. That's a good boy.
There you go. You're doing so well. I wish Grandpa could see you.
Academy Award-winning director James Cameron is about to change the way you watch movies forever with a 3D real-life journey back to the Titanic. On April 11th, prepare for an unscripted, groundbreaking, historic motion picture event. Ghosts of the Abyss, an immersive 3D adventure, rated G. Advance tickets now on sale. Call 1-888-DISNEY-6.
Now, don't miss a single word of your favorite newscast. Real-time closed captioning. Weekdays during News Channel 13. Live at 6.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
It's Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with an all-star lineup of quality Toyota cars. Right now, you can get the lowest possible finance rate on Corolla and Matrix, 0% APR, or take $500 in cashback savings, or lease for an amazing $159 a month. Two of Toyota's biggest stars, 3 ways to save, 1 place to go. Get to Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with quality.
Get the show on.
How would you like to be a guest on Dr. Phil?
Whoa!
Get real, get smart, and get going to WNYT.com and click on the box for the Dr. Phil Show.
Right now, Raymore and Flanagan is the lucky place to be. But you don't need to be Irish to be lucky during Raymore and Flanagan's Irish Savings Sale. Savings will be showering down upon you store-wide, including the brand names you love. Plus, you'll be enjoying delivery in 3 days or less. Fancy that? With financing better than a pot of gold, pay nothing for a year. Be quick about it. Your luck runs out 9 p.m. Monday, and there's nothing little about that. Raymore and Flanagan's Irish Savings Sale.
Welcome back to news that for the first time since his accident, Christopher Reeve says he actually woke up and smelled the coffee. The paralyzed actor underwent a new procedure that allowed him to breathe and therefore smell without a ventilator.
And we turned off the ventilator. Everyone was standing around in case I needed help. But then we were totally quiet in the room. And all you could hear was me breathing through my nose.
Reeve is the third patient to get the device. The FDA has approved the surgery for 35 patients as part of a clinical trial. Doctors are hopeful it will one day allow these patients to breathe without the ventilator for good.
Another high-profile celebrities in the news tonight, but for a much different reason. The jury in Santa Maria, California, ordering Michael Jackson to pay $5.3 million for backing out of 2 concerts back in 1999. The promoter said Jackson agreed to perform these concerts in Australia and Honolulu. Jackson claims he just canceled the shows. The original lawsuit was seeking $21 million.
A Massachusetts man today almost turned a doctor's office into a drive-through medical clinic. An elderly man hit the gas instead of the brake when leaving the doctor's office. The 78-year-old driver and his 83-year-old passenger were hurt, as was the doctor's secretary. In fact, the crash did enough damage to close down the building for the day. And police say that the structure will have to be stabilized before the car can be removed.
It may be warming up, but that doesn't mean you have to stop skiing just yet. Herb Stevens has the latest on our local ski conditions.
This week's report comes from one of America's classic resorts, Stowe in Vermont. Stowe has a rich history, a wonderful variety of terrain, and they've got dependable snow. They've already exceeded their average annual snowfall of 260 inches, and there's more where that came from. Stowe's Spring Summit celebration starts on the 29th, and they'll have exciting special events every weekend right through the middle of April. With milder temps this weekend, surfaces will be softening up throughout the region, and you'll find Ego building snow on the surface of all the trails at Hunter, Wyndham, and Bel Air in the Catskills. Look for spring conditions at Catamount and Mohawk, 2 areas that have enjoyed this bountiful snow year. Jiminy Peak and Berkshire East have deep bases, but the top few inches will be softer than in recent weeks. The season keeps rolling along at Willard, West, and Royal Mountain, where the annual Giant Slalom is set for this Sunday. Gore and Whiteface are in great shape, as is Mount Sutton. Whiteface is getting ready for next week's U.S. Alpine Nationals. Pack powder still dominates at Jay Peak and Smuggler's Notch, and as you can clearly see here at Stowe. The upper trails will have midwinter snow this weekend at Killington, Sugarbush, and Pico, loose granular down below. If you're headed for Okemo, Mount Snow, or Bromley, put away the neck gaiter, but don't forget your sunscreen. Out west in the Rockies, the snow is superb at Taos, the Canyons, and Copper Mountain, and more is on the way to the Rockies late this weekend. A touch of spring is coming to the east this weekend, but it's not going to last. I'm Herb Stevens, the skiing weatherman. I'll see you next week from Whiteface in New York.
There he goes. Herb's ski reports are available all winter long at our website at WNYT.com.
Indoor sports next on News Channel 13. Right, Lars?
Yeah.
Are they all?
Yep, they're all indoors.
There you go.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I had to run through it real quick in my head. But yes, we have Syracuse in the Big East tournament. That's indoors in Madison Square Garden. A big upset out west. We've got our 10th Girls All-Star. And Godzilla, oh, this is outside. Godzilla comes through for the Yankees at spring training.
The Skiing Weatherman on News Channel 13 is brought to you by your Upstate Ford dealers and by Whiteface Mountain.
Upstate Ford dealers, no limits.
Your Upstate Ford dealer is rolling out the red carpet with this deal on Focus. For a limited time, lease a 2003 Ford Focus for only $199 a month for 39 months. Only $199 a month gets you a new Focus covered by a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty with free roadside assistance.
Upstate Ford.